Welcome to Legion Builds, where I guide you on how to bring your favorite characters into Dungeons & Dragons. This video and all my content is brought to you by my Patreon supporters, and it's dedicated to everyone who subscribes to my channel. Thank you all. Welcome to a special episode of Legion Builds. What's special about today? Well, it's my partner's birthday. They have wanted me to do this character for a while, so I'm making it for their birthday. Happy birthday, Trin, and I'm not getting you anything else. Today we're bringing in a really strange character, so normal for me. We're building Cracked Out Grover Huggy Wuggy from the game Poppy's Playtime. Like all toys in the Playtime factory, Huggy is actually a living toy, but one fueled with hunger and drive to protect the factory from intruders. Once awakened, players must escape Huggy, but soon find this almost impossible. At over 17 feet tall, Huggy's body is capable of contorting and moving through tight spaces, allowing him to move without restriction throughout the factory. Once they capture their prey, Huggy uses their massive mouth full of rows of razor-sharp teeth to end them. For today's build, we'll be using the Player's Handbook, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything, and Monsters of the Multiverse. We're using standard port array, and we are multi-classing, but they use the same stat, so don't worry about keeping an eye on minimums. We'll start things off with Strength at 15. You can literally pick up people and bite their heads off. You guys have any understanding about how difficult that actually is? You're strong. Dex will follow with 14. You are 17 feet tall, but you are silent when you want to be. Con will be next at 13. No actual reason for this other than we have it. Because Poppy's Playtime isn't a fighting game, we can't really judge your health in the slightest, and well, you did fall to your death, so. Wisdom will be a 12. You have to track your prey through an abandoned factory. That's wisdom. Charisma will be a 10, and we have to dump intelligence. In all honesty, both of these should be negative stats. Sorry, but I really don't think you have any people skills. Huggy is a living toy, which would lead to being a reborn or warforged, but neither gives us anything that Huggy has, but there is a lineage that does. Opening up Monsters of the Multiverse, we're taking Bugbear. Trust me, this is gonna be really scary. Place +2 into Dex and +1 into Strength. Dark Vision allows you to see in darkness out to 60 feet as if it was dim light. Fey Ancestry gives you advantage on saving throws made to avoid or end being charmed. Long Limb makes your melee attacks range 5 feet greater than normal. Powerful Build makes you count as one size larger for determining carrying capacity and weight you can push, drag, or lift. Surprise Attack gives you 2d6 bonus damage when attacking a creature that hasn't taken its turn yet in combat. Finally, Sneaky makes you proficient in stealth and allows you to move through and stop in a space large enough for a small creature. At the end of this build, you will be a large creature that counts as a huge creature for lifting and a small creature for moving through spaces. Yeah, this is gonna be a strange one. For background, grab Survival and Intimidation. Alright, let's just jump right in. We're gonna jump around a lot. Level 1 fighters start things off with 2 skills. Take Athletics and Perception. Fighting style gives you unarmed fighting. Your unarmed strikes are now a D8. You can also automatically cause a D4 of damage to a creature you are grappling at the start of each of your turns. Second Wind lets you heal yourself 1d10 plus your fighter level. Level 1 Barbarians have Unarmored Defense. Now when not wearing armor, your AC is 10 plus Dex plus Con. Rage adds bonus damage when using strength-based attacks. Now with a bonus action, you can enter a rage that lasts for 1 minute. While in a rage, you are resistant to slashing, bludgeoning, and piercing damage. You also have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws. Your rage ends if you fall unconscious, don't make an attack, or take damage since your last turn. You have 2 rages per long rest, and right now, this adds +2 damage. Alright, let's make you sneaky. Level 1 rogues start off with another skill for multi-classing. Take whatever you want, we're good. Expertise lets you choose 2 skills you're proficient with, and now you can double the proficiency bonus. Choose Stealth and Athletics. You also have Sneak Attack, but this will not work for you as you will not be using ranged or finesse weapons in this build. Thankfully, your Bugbear lineage does give you a Sneak Attack of sorts. Level 2 rogues gain Cunning Action. Dash, Disengage, and Hide are now bonus actions to you. Level 2 fighters receive Action Surge. You can now grant yourself a free action once per short or long rest. Level 3 fighters now have their subclass, and it's time to get big. Rune Knight from Tasha's grants you Giant's Might. Now with a bonus action, you can increase your size to category large for 1 minute. While active, you also have advantage on strength checks and saves, and once per turn, you can deal an extra 1d6 of damage when you attack. Though if you lack the rune, you don't grow but still gain the other benefits. Rune Carver grants you special runes that you can carve on items you carry, such as armor, weapons, and other things. You gain 2 runes at this level. 4 runes. Frost Rune gives you advantage on animal handling and intimidation checks while you carry the item with this rune. You can also invoke the rune as a bonus action, and for 10 minutes you gain +2 to all skill checks and saving throws that use strength or con. You can invoke this rune once per short or long rest. Stone Rune gives you advantage on insight checks and gives you dark vision out to 120 feet while you carry this item with this rune. In addition, when you see a creature that ends its turn within 30 feet of you, you can invoke the rune as a reaction and force a wisdom save on the creature. Should they fail, they are now charmed by you for 1 minute. While charmed, their speed is reduced to 0 and they are incapacitated. The creature can attempt to make the save again at the end of each of its turns. You can invoke this rune once per short or long rest. Level 2 Barbarians gain Reckless Attack. You can now grant yourself advantage on your next attack using your strength, but you aren't paying attention anymore, so now all attacks against you until the start of your next turn are at advantage. Danger Sense grants you advantage on dex saves as long as you are not blinded, deafened, or incapacitated. Level 3 Barbarians receive their subclass, and it's Teeth time. Beast Barbarian, found in Tasha's, unleashes a new type of savagery for you to use. Form of Beast grants you animalistic weapons in the form of teeth, claws, or a tail. We're going to talk about the teeth though, since that's your main weapon in the game. Now when you enter a rage, your mouth fills with rows of sharp teeth. These teeth count as simple melee weapons that use your strength modifier for attack and damage. Your fangs deal 1d8 piercing damage, and once per turn when you hit with them, if you are below half your HP, you regain HP equal to your proficiency bonus. You now also have 3 rages per long rest. Level 4 Barbarians earn our first ability score improvement, Let's Grab a Feat and make you a better hugger. Tavern Brawler adds +1 to your con, makes you proficient in improvised weapons, and when you hit a creature with a melee attack, you can now use your bonus action to attempt to grapple. Remember, grappling uses your athletics, which is now a +11 at advantage. Level 4 fighters earn another ability score improvement, place this into strength for better attack, damage, athletics, and lifting ability. Level 5 Barbarians gain extra attack. You can now attack twice with a single attack action. Fast movement adds 10 feet to your total movement while not wearing armor. Level 6 Beast Barbarians now have Bestial Soul. Your fangs are now magical, and you gain a new ability that alters your movement. When you finish a short or long rest, choose one of the following benefits. You gain a swimming speed equal to your walking speed and can breathe underwater. You gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed and can now climb on any surfaces, including upside down. Or, when you make a jump, you can make an athletics check to extend the jump a number of feet equal to the roll. I would go with the climbing. Giant Psycho Grover running on the ceiling sounds too scary not to take. Finally, you now have 4 rages per long rest. Level 7 Barbarians receive Feral Instinct. You now have advantage on initiative rolls, and if you're surprised at the start of combat and aren't incapacitated, you can act as normal on your first turn, but only if you can enter your rage before anything else that turn. Instinctive Pounce allows you to move half your speed when you enter a rage. Level 8 Barbarians earn another ability score improvement, cap off strength for a score of 20. Level 9 Barbarians gain Brutal Critical. Now when you score a critical hit, you can add 1 more extra damage dice to the hit. Your rage damage is now +3. Level 10 Beast Barbarians now have Infectious Fury. When you bite a creature with your fangs while raging, you can force a wisdom save. Should they fail, they now suffer 1 of 2 effects. They can receive 2d12 psychic damage, or must use the reaction to make a melee attack against another creature other than you of your choice that you can see. Go with the psychic damage, as their minds are probably breaking from what they are experiencing. Level 11 barbarians are even scarier now, as they don't want to die because of relentless rage. Now when you drop to 0 HP, you can roll a con save with a DC of 10. If you pass, you drop to 1 HP instead. Each time you drop to 0, you add 5 to the con save. The DC resets when you finish a short or long rest. Right now your con save is +7, so you'll need a 3 to stay up for the first time, a roll of 8 the second time, and a roll of 13 the third time. Plenty of time to eat someone and regain health. Level 12 barbarians earn another ability score improvement. Place this into Dex for better AC. You now have 5 rages per long rest. Level 13 barbarians gain another brutal critical dice. Now when you score a critical hit, you'll be dealing 4 D8s. Our final level is level 14 barbarian, and beast barbarians gain their final feature. Call of the Hunt empowers you and up to your con modifier in allies within 30 feet. Now when you enter a rage, you can choose 2 creatures, and until the rage ends, should they accept this, they can now add a d6 to damage they deal with an attack. You also gain 5 temporary HP per creature that accepts the feature. Now that we've hit level 20, let's recap. Your stats are Strength 20, Dex 18, Con 14, Intelligence 8, Wisdom 12, Charisma 10. Your total levels are Barbarian 14, Fighter 4, Rogue 2. Let's dive in. You are a living nightmare, plain and simple. You have a stealth of +16, can easily crawl through spaces made for small creatures regardless of your size, can burst forward with a speed of 60 feet when you enter a rage, you have a 10-foot reach, and you can give one hell of a hug after attacking. Your teeth deal 1d8 +5 +3 magical piercing damage, and you can attack up to 4 times with an action surge. Can deal 2d6 to a creature that hasn't taken its turn yet, add 2 extra damage dice when you crit, auto damage those you're hugging once per turn, and then you can deal an extra 2d12 psychic damage as they scream in fear. Finally, as already stated, you fit into small spaces regardless of your size, but you can also climb any surface, all while looking like the Muppet from the darkest corners of Jim Henson's mind. Downside. Firstly, your con is not great for you. It's only a +2 modifier, and several of your features focus on this modifier. This has also led you to have an AC of 16 and an HP of 170. The HP is not terrible, but you have over a dozen levels in Barbarian, and that modifier is embarrassing. Though you're a giant walking stuffed animal, so I guess it fits. Your magical damage is completely reliant on your rage, but this is really minor as magic weapons exist, though not really in character. Finally, your soft stats are very targetable for spells. Your best soft stat is only bringing in +1 to saves, but rolling for stats will also make this better. Your enemies are going to believe that they can find safe spaces from their fuzzy, terrifying stalker. Prove them wrong and enjoy your meal. Thank you for joining me today. Make sure to like and subscribe to not miss a single new build each week on YouTube and Spotify. Check out my Patreon, support the channel, and vote on next week's new build. And once more, happy birthday, Tren.